Wow. I've done 7 of these things already? Time really flies when you're developing. So, I have some big announcements to make in this video regarding deadlines for completion of this behemoth. I've been racking my brain about how long everything's going to take to complete, and I've come up with what I think is a bold but possible set of deadlines. On December 22nd, I want to release the first functional demo of Foldrum for download to the community. It will be a show of the core gameplay of Foldrum, and in general I hope for things like random map generation and enemy spawning to make it in. But at the very least, all the weapons, items, and movement tiles will be playable, and the complete artificial intelligence will be in there as well. Since this is a good segue, I might as well chat a little about the artificial intelligence of the enemies since we're on the topic. The enemies in Foldrum I think will be pretty intelligent for the genre of game Foldrum is. As of right now, the AI will only be aware of the player if it has a direct line of sight during their turn to him. While they don't see the player, they can either idle on the spot, or patrol on a node set that can be of any size from just back and forth between 2 points, all the way up to a complex patrol pattern with numerous nodes in it. This is one of many changes that has happened to the AI, and honestly I could go on for a long time about these changes since it's been one of the most productive 2-week periods I've had since I started doing these videos. But I think it would just bog down the video, so if you want to see a more detailed breakdown, I recommend going to the IndieDB page where I did a write-up. I posted a link in the description. So moving on from code is the next usual suspect, art. So on the art front, I have taken over much of the legwork in the interim of making temp art for the game. Everything from different tiles for different biomes to lake tiles. I've also been playing around with animation relating to giving the static tiles in game a little bit more life. I think as time goes on, I will keep getting better at it, or at least will know how to add more visual detail to the sprites involved in the game. But for now the major news is Jim is ready to actually start producing some pixel art. I've been saying this for a while, I know, but on the previous weekend before this video was released, I met with Jim in person and got him up to date with all the new technology required to make pixel art. He was struggling with it a lot, so I ran through it with him and now he seems actually comfortable with the digital tools required. Story has been coming along, but honestly it's the slowest to progress this week since much of my attention was on making sure the code and art of the game was on solid footing and meeting targets. However, what was added to was the war tensions in the north. Since this game takes a lot from medieval Russia, I thought obviously I should do some good research on the era, and some things I pulled up about the relationship between the Novgorod Republic and Sweden I found very interesting. They fought numerous wars against each other and were sworn enemies. Since I want the game to mimic real history to a fair degree, not nodding to this important relationship in some way would be a waste. So expect when you go north in Foldrum to not be greeted nicely. So that's it folks, you are now updated on all the big news Foldrum related. Make sure to subscribe to not miss the next update, and if you want a more detailed breakdown, check out the IndieDB page, which as I said before has a link in the description. Next week, I will strive to not be a total shill for my own game. Hey, what'd you expect? The video is called Foldrum Update, not impartial analysis of video games. If you want to keep making video games, you have to make the money, the